Hey, what's up guys? This is TBone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Legendary Game of Heroes. And today I wanted to talk about Expedition. This was a new feature that was announced just yesterday and is now available, which is only going to be running between events, so on Mondays and Tuesdays after the event ends. And so I wanted to kind of give a first look at what this is all about and to help you understand how to play this. Now, it's actually meant to be a very mini version of an event, so it's not going to be too difficult. And so what you do is you can come in here in this UI, and the first thing you would do is you would check out the chests here. So the Expedition chest has a timer where it will actually replenish over time, and it looks like, based on the timer I saw, in around 5 minutes or so. But I can't tell because there looks like to be a bug there for when it actually resets. But actually, it looks like 5 hours or so. So about 4.5 hours later, I'll get replenished keys or maps. Once you get the maps, then you're going to unlock these towers with various different affinities. I actually unlocked 2 water, 1 light, and 1 dark. And you can also see there's different difficulties. And each of the maps that you get are going to give you free keys to play. So once you run out of keys, as long as you have maps, they will give you 5 keys each time. And so what I want to do is I'm going to go through each of these different difficulties and just kind of go through the different battles and sort of see how it's going to be like. And so for my first one, I'm going to go in the easy battle, and I'm going to use my easy, the team I set up here meant for the easy bosses. They are actually really easy to go through. And also, just before before I go any further, I wanted to explain also that killer skills actually will be applicable here. I chose not to use it in here just because I don't need to, because it's on the easy level. And I also wanted to show that you can use any team really, and you'll still be able to be successful in taking down the bosses here. Because this is easy, it really is meant to allow you to use any teams that you can get. In fact, I have some I have a couple of I have 1 generation 2, 2 generation 2 cards in here, and a couple of other event cards as well. And so we can take a look here. In fact, I'm using Evergreen Evelyn, which can nuke down the boss pretty easily here. And so it is it is really intended for for this to be simple. It's not really meant to be difficult. Even Dojin's nuke is enough to take it down. At the end of the victory for an easy boss, you get 20 tokens. All right, and so these tokens are what you can use to earn your rewards. And we can take a look at the rewards by going into the Expedition points banner up top, and it sort of tells you, once you receive these tokens, what you're going to get. In total, you're actually going to get 100 total boss levels, which is pretty nice because you used to be able to get 50 for free, and then another 50 for 500 gems. There's another one that I also think is really good, and that is at the 4.7 thousand mark, you get 20 loot tickets, which is also really nice because loot tickets are something that you have to earn by getting a full overkill on the ultra kill bosses. So this is a good way for you to get some free loots here. Now we're going to go into a medium boss now. And for this, I'm going to take my medium boss here, and I'm going to use 1 card here, which is the Freedom Fighters, and that is the Immortal Killer card. Now, I mentioned that killer bonuses are applicable in all the bosses here, and this is actually going to be true for all the floors. So Immortal Killer is the one that's going to be applied for all the bosses here. And so if you have a hard difficulty, then bring in a Immortal Killer card to your boss fight, and you should have no problems. And it's going to be immortal for all of the fights, whether it's easy, medium, or hard. And it doesn't matter what affinity you go with, it's always going to be immortal for this particular event. My guess is it's going to be whatever killer skill was your most recent event that you just completed, which makes sense because then you can use your team to take down the bosses. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try and see if we can get some power gems out of our cards here. So we got some for Hell. And because I don't have 4 or more power gems, power gem 4s, I can't create 10 of them, but this should be sufficient still for me to take down the middle one. Even at medium, it's not really difficult. I kind of expected it to be more like the challenge bosses in the commander events, but it's actually a lot simpler than that. And so, especially with the killer skill in play, you really shouldn't have any difficulty in taking down the bosses here. So let's go ahead and finish this off, and then we'll see how many tokens we earn here, and then we'll move on to the hard boss. Now, each of the difficulties also have different numbers of floors that you can go through. So we saw earlier, here's 30. And so we saw earlier that the easy level boss actually had 5 floors, and we just earned some more tokens here. And the medium ones, they have different number of floors. The mediums have 8 floors, whereas the hard tower has 10 floors. And again, the keys are what's needed in order to play these floors, and you earn keys by collecting the maps. Collect the maps from the chests, and then you can convert those maps into keys. It's really easy to get. You just have to go in every 5 hours to get the maps, and then once your keys run out, you can then convert them. All right, so let's go and do a hard map now. And this is going to be a dark boss, so we're going to bring in a light hero. And I'm going to just choose to use Yokozuna here. So here I do have my, I did bring in also a light commander card that has Immortal Killer. And we're going to be able to go through it pretty easily. So there's no timing. It's basically the same as a regular Crusader fight. And so this is also a good opportunity to test out different decks, different cards, just to try different combinations. And I would say that the degree of difficulty has really been lower here, especially if you have any commander cards that, or any killer skill cards that can boost your team. If you don't have one, you can also bring one from your ally, which then will allow you to boost your whole team, which I think is actually a pretty good idea. So I would recommend that if you have a, I would recommend that if you have a card that you could put as your leader, then set it so that you can set an immortal card, killer card, so you can use as a leader for others to be able to take advantage of them between events. It's just like allowing people to go through the bounty event so that you can earn more honor points as well. So it's a good way to help your friends, your guildmates out, while also earning some rewards in the process. So each of these difficulties have 3 waves to go through, and they give you also different numbers of tokens. The easy gives you 20, the medium gives 30, and the hard difficulty will actually give you 50. So you can earn a lot more tokens with the hard maps. And so that's pretty much all of it. So there's a lot of keys to go through. And once I finish my easy one, you can see I have another map remaining, so I can get more keys. And I can come back after the chest resets, and I can keep going again. So this should be plenty of keys for me to play through and earn the rewards, so that I can also jump up in my boss levels at when the event starts. So that is pretty much it for this event. Let me know what you think. So this is something that you can do between events. I think this does add a little bit more of a content for the game between events. But let me know what your thoughts are. Have you tried it? Do you have questions, or do you like this? Do you dislike it? Let me know in the comment below. And this is going to be it for me for today. Catch me in my live stream, where on Tuesdays I will be doing event previews, and I'll be doing that during that live stream. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.